This session is primarily intended for the engineering faculty of the University of Pretoria here in South Africa, but we've made it open and available for anybody who's interested to join us today and learn about digital disruption. So, a very warm welcome to you if you are joining us today. Please do pop a note in the chat, say how's it, and let us know what it is that you'd like to get out of the session today, and importantly, where you are coming from today, which university potentially, or however else it is that you found out about the session, and importantly, what questions you have about digital disruption. This is something that's hit us from all angles in all the different contexts that we have, both in our family lives, in on our work context, and certainly as students. Something that we want to absolutely get to grips with is digital disruption, so that as we go out into the workplace, we're well aware of what has been happening in the world around us. And I think over the last year or so, we've realized just how much digital is something that we can actually rely on when we have other existential type of threats, like a global pandemic, as we've experienced in coronavirus. So just as everybody's joining us today, and we're getting a few comments coming through on the live chat stream, let me just welcome my co-host, Calvin Smith from Tuckey's University. So Calvin, why don't you just give us a little bit of introduction to yourself? This is the third of 4 webinar series. We completed 2 of them a couple of weeks ago, where we looked at how to boost your job prospects, so how to position yourself for the workplace. And then second of all, once you're in the workplace and you have a job, how do you accelerate your career growth? And then the 2 this week, so today and Wednesday, is going to be on digital disruption and then digital transformation, i.e. how companies in particular are responding to digital transformation. So Calvin, over to you. Just give us some context to the sessions that you've arranged with your faculty and all the students there at Tuckey's, and what do you think are some of the burning questions regarding digital disruption these days?
Thanks so much, Peter, for again taking the time out of your day to come in and assist us students. We really appreciate it. So quickly, guys, I'm Calvin, head of professional development at for the EBIT faculty house at Tux. And we've just had 2 brilliant webinars a couple of weeks ago, and I got great feedback from that. And so this week, I think we could call it Digital Week, if that's an appropriate term. But this week is all about, guys, learning about what's really happening around us. And I think that's one of the traits of a good leader is knowing what's going on around you. And I'm hoping that today we can kind of just get a good sense of the big trends in the industry, in particular blockchain, Bitcoin, all those really nasty words. I think they really give us a lot of anxiety. I know they do. I know that I do get anxiety because I just want to understand them better. But I want us to have better dialogue about these things, and just artificial intelligence, cloud computing. These are all things we should know, no matter what industry you're going into, no matter what degree you're studying, because they're ubiquitous and they're changing the way we live and do things. So I'm really, really excited to have these 2 with Peter. There's no better person to get to squeeze some knowledge out of than you, Peter. You got skin in the game when it comes to this, a lot of experience. So yeah, really excited, and I hope you guys enjoy the next 2 webinars.
Thanks very much, Calvin. And if I could just ask that whoever has joined, if you guys could maybe just pop this URL on your groups and just remind your buddies to join us. Maybe they're still stuck at lunch or got other urgent studying to do. But obviously we'd like to, benefit as many students as possible in today's session and in the next one on Wednesday. So as Calvin said, certainly is a digital week. And these 2 topics really do go hand to hand. You really got to sort of understand the digital disruption, as well as then the response to that disruption through the transformation aspect. So those of you that have joined the call, thank you very much. A warm welcome and a good afternoon to you. And if you could then just pop this link onto your student groups and maybe onto any email distribution groups that you have, just to remind people to hop on, that'd be great. Then we make sure that we give the maximum amount of benefit to everybody.